Okay, so tonight I'm doing turkey thighs, and so I use this whenever I'm cooking something with bones so that it's easier to lift out of the pot. And I first start with adding the homemade broth. And in the Instapot, you need at least 2 cups minimum, but I do slow cook this meal, so I try to put enough in to really give it a good coating. And then now it's time to cut up the vegetables. Okay, so we're gonna put the chicken thighs in now. Just open it up and set them down in there. And wash your hands afterwards before you start chopping. Okay, you just set them down in the thing like that. And I do immediately put it back in this thing, and I go put it in the trash. Stop. All right, so you're gonna have me cut off most of the time, because if you wanna watch the vegetable cutting, that's how it is. So first we're gonna start with celery. I have already washed and cleaned all of this, so no need to clean it, but it is very important to clean your vegetables. So the Instapot that I'm using is a large Instapot, so when I cook with this one, I can use a lot of vegetables, and I love it. Okay. Watch out. Let's see. So here's the pot that it's going in. I don't really measure the amount of food I cook. I don't really measure when I'm feeding them. I kind of know in my head what a cup looks like. Been cooking for a long time. was raised with women that didn't measure when they cooked. So, yeah, just do what, you know, I fill a crock pot up, basically what I do. And really try to keep my vegetables fresh. So when something's going a little older, I try to cook it all. Okay, going in this pot. All right, now I have some collard greens. And I really like to do the stems of the collard greens because I don't like the stems. They really cook down fairly well. So we're going to do a lot of this because I've had it a week. I actually went fresh vegetable shopping after I cooked their meals. So all these vegetables are new to them for the week, for the most part. Not the cabbage, but anyways. So how I cook for my dogs and myself on a budget is I eat a lot of what they eat. They eat what I eat, however you want to say that. Collard greens are an amazing meal for anybody, right? Cabbage, turkey. I usually don't eat, I'll take that back. I've had the turkey sometimes, but because I'm not eating a lot of meat, I really don't eat too much meat. I love it when I make them chicken. Definitely eat off the chicken that I make them. But turkey I typically don't eat off of. I don't know why, really. I just don't. This week I'm trying to not eat meat, so. But one thing I have found, I will say that by doing this and cooking for my dogs, I have found that less seasoning in your food makes your food just, you can really taste the food. When I have tasted their food, or when I make myself a plate or two of theirs, I really find myself that I don't have to season too much, you know. Foods complement each other. No wonder my dogs love their food, because I like it too. So yeah. Okay, this is pretty well chopped. This does shrink down quite a bit. But because collard greens do get so soft, they don't really mash up. So that's one of the reasons I chop them so much. And the cabbage as well, they don't really mash with the meat masher. It is snowing outside. The sirens are everywhere. People stay inside when it's... Okay, so I'm not going to do the purple cabbage that I have in here in this because I want to save it for another meal. All right, on to the carrots. So the carrots we love. My two dogs are here, of course. When I'm meal prepping for them, they're never too far away. Carrots are very affordable and very good for everybody, your dog and yourself. This 2-pound thing of carrots was like $2. It was 5 pounds. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said 2 pounds. I guess because it was $2. Anyways, 5 pounds of carrots for $2. So they are heavily carrot eaters because carrots also help their stomachs in so many ways. It's also a natural deterrent for bugs. They don't like it when it's, I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist. But anyways, I keep it in their system. Worms or something. I don't know. We eat a lot of carrots. Whether it's fresh carrots, frozen carrots, canned carrots, they are going to have carrots in their meal. I switch up their vegetables a lot, but carrots are a steady vegetable. And all right, These carrots are cut in half because they were so big. I'm gonna do a couple more. Oh, by the way, your dogs don't care that the stem's on here. So that's why I clean it with them on there, because that's like a good little treat for them. All right, we're gonna do 2 more carrots, okay? Then I have to go put this back in the refrigerator and get the next set of vegetables. All right, here I go. You wanna see it now? Okay, this is what we're looking at. I need to pull that up, but I'm not gonna touch it until I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna stop this for now and go get the other vegetables. Okay, so this is another mushroom, different type. Wow, that chopped up to be a lot. All right, we're gonna do one more. We'll do this one. They're nice and big. If you hear that moaning, that is Sugar, the girl. She gets real excited. I typically give them a mushroom. Let's see. Why not? Why not feed your dogs veggies? And I mean, if it's good for you, why would it not be good for them? Just wondering. Then again, if you don't eat your own veggies, which I encourage you to, you'll feel better. All right. That's that mushroom. Put it in the mix. Okay. All right. So, we're going to have one more of these. Again, I said it's homemade broth, so see all that goodness at the bottom? Shake it, shake it, shake it up. I'm going to let you look in here. Ground. We would not love that. Nobody. I mean, they would love it, right? It's like a Sunday meal. Okay, let me show you what this looks like. Now I am going to leave this water like this because this broth, I do like to only use my broth for about a week to a week and a half, and then I make new broth. I use their broth that we have been cooking with for a week in the rice that I make them. So we're going to let this just kind of be like this. And now I'm going to slow cook it overnight, and it'll be ready in the morning. Okay, so I totally forgot that I had fresh green beans. So I had to come back on here. And I don't really have to chop these too much. I did wash my hands too again. Come here. Shake these out. Because I really need to get rid of some of these. Alright. Let's come in here. I chopped them up. Like chopped green beans already whenever I clean them. I come in here and just a little more bite size for granite. Sugar's pretty good. Okay. Okay. That looks pretty good. Go ahead and stick those in here. All those little peas. I think I'm going to do a little bit more. You can stand it. You can stand a little bit more. I like to try to fill my cooker up, especially if I have fresh vegetables for the week, because they're only going to be this fresh once, you know. So, and the vegetables are meant to be cooked or ate. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so now it looks like this. And I have to right there. So I think I'm going to get some, I know what I'm going to get. I'll be right back. Okay. And so for real, the last thing I'm going to add is berries. I do like to throw in some berries. So I have some cranberries. Just going to sprinkle a couple of those in there. Not a whole lot. They don't need a whole lot. Because they also get this in a snack bowl. Okay, we're just going to use these blueberries that are in the bottom of the bag. Some blueberries. Throw in some blueberries in there. And voila! They have a very well-based meal prep. Typically cook this on normal. I like the vegetables to still have texture. If you cook it on high, sometimes they get too soft. For the biggies, I think. Alright, so now this is what it looks like. And that is going to be our finished product. Now these berries are frozen, so it'll all cook itself down. Boom. Alright, so here we are. We're going to come down here to slow cook. Normal, 7 hours. 9, 10, 1, 2, we're going to go ahead and do an 8-hour cook. I will go ahead and take that off. Maybe 7.5 hours. And then give it 2 hours to cool its own self down and it'll be ready. Okay, guys. Here is the finished product. Okay, so for the next phase, I use a cup and a strainer and a mason jar. I put it inside the cups, or inside the bowl, or if it spills, it just goes to the dogs. And I scoop. All right, just like I had hoped, there is some more, but I'm gonna first break it up. So then I just set that on there, put this here, move my coffee out of the way. So now, if you wanna look at it here, it's about how much water I have left. I will pull this out and debone the turkey. That's my next step. Okay, so the next part of the process is you get gloves. I suggest gloves or your hands will be really greasy. And these are always still got water in them because I rinse them out. But I dedicate these gloves for just the meat. And I rinse them and wash them. So anyways, I put gloves on, pull up the sleeves. And then I pull up the skewer thing and I try to get all the vegetables off and just keep the meat because what we're trying to do is debone this turkey. And here comes the pups, or they hear me. So then you just, whoops, let me push this down a little bit. Whoops, and my hands are greasy, so now I don't want to touch my phone. I knew I should have used my tripod. I have a tripod. I haven't used it yet. And I have a microphone. Anyways. Alright, so just take this off. Then turkey's fairly easy. I also dedicate, let me grab them real quick. I keep the bones because this is what I make the broth out of. And again, there's no seasoning. Now, I do put garlic during flea season in their food. I don't put a lot. I'll chop up 1 clove or something. I also do ginger and turmeric, but other than that, I don't put any seasoning. So here's one of the bones. Boom. It's a great bone to cook. And that's all I think that's in that one. Yeah. So this one of them will always have a little bit, have the joint. But when the joint is hot, which I'm going to feed them hot food today, they can really eat this. It's not bad, you know, and I just break it in half if it's a big one because it's pretty soft. So it looks like that's all that there is. Sometimes there'll be a little vertebrae or something in here or whatever it's called, like the wing thing. So then I just mash this up like this. Okay. And in fact, I think what I'll do so that you can see what I'm doing. Oh, now this is a hard, so I did find a hard bone. So another reason why I do that is to see, oh, no, that's not one. If there's any little loose tendons that are really hard, because I will cook those down in their broth a little bit. And if you would like to see the broth, be sure to like and follow and watch this video. Let it play through. Just let me, if you want to just watch it, because it will help the channel. So yeah, now what I do, so I normally will just dump it back in there and start mashing, but I'm going to do it in here so that you can see it. Is I have a, let me pull my gloves off here. I have this kind of masher. I have another one. Let me try this today. This is my bread thing. But I don't really like it, and it gets in my way, and I don't have very big kitchen, so I think I put it over in the storage place because I like this plastic one better. Whoops, these gloves are getting old. Aren't they? Gee. I bought some new ones. This will probably be the last time I use them. Okay, so then, whoops, my hands are slippery. I've already touched it. I try not to, but this is cooked turkey, but still, I just try to keep these gloves. So you just mash it up like this, guys. If you have bigger dogs, you can, you don't have to mash it up as much, but with my Frenchie, I need to mash up the food. The bulldog, my little bulldog, she can take them pretty well. But yeah, so this is why I like to slow cook it, because see, you'll see that all the vegetables are still, you know, in color form. Oh, I guess it doesn't help. Let me grab some more. Let me show you. So you can tell that, like, you know, what all the veggies are and the nutrients are in there. Now, turkey does soak up the juice a lot more. So again, whoops. This is awesome too, you guys, because it has a little clippy, so I just flip it. Thought I'd show you that. All right. I really want to take these gloves off now because I'm done mashing. I normally do that, but I was talking and I got sidetracked. Okay, we're gonna wipe this. So these are awesome. These are reusable paper towels. If you have not explored them, you should. So good. They dry out quickly. You can reuse them. I bought a set when I first moved into this place, and it's been over a year, you guys, and I'm down to my last roll, and I have not bought a paper towels in over a year. Now, I do buy napkins because I like the napkin, so I buy the cheap napkins, but for paper towels, I use reusable paper towels. Okay, so you can see, for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. This is pretty much what I do. I just keep adding the vegetables in. And believe it or not, those two breasts with all these vegetables go a long way for your pups. And I'm pretty sure you saw that ticket. It was like, I mean, on those turkey breasts, it was, I can't remember exactly, but it was $2 and something. You know, that is very affordable. Turkey is fairly affordable if you go to the larger groceries stores. Even you can catch them at your smaller ones too. But I have found that, like, Winco is where I got that. Yeah. So we're just going to fill this. I still have more vegetables in here, so I'm going to just keep going and stop talking. The dogs are both here, ready. They normally will get warm food with a little bit of cold. Because again, I switch up their meat. So now I'm adding turkey into their diet. So they've had chicken, they've had beef, they've had venison, and now they're eating turkey. And I really go by what's on sale. And the venison, I have family hunters, so I get old meat from them when they're, like this year, I traded some plants for deer meat. Hey. Okay. So I think what I will do is strain out. I'm going to keep that juice because this is pretty juicy. I got a little bit more vegetables in here. Okay. Whoops. This is why I normally put the bowl in there, because I always spill. So remember all the, whoops, the collard greens? Look at those. Yum. Now, you tell me who doesn't want that. So, get some more blueberries. Okay. I'm trying to save it for you. Ooh, all those little mushrooms. Remember all the mushrooms? I love how mushrooms, how they make the broth. That's part of what you smell. Oh, this broth smells so good. I eat this broth too. I mean, I eat the rice, you guys. I tear up the rice. And I used to not really eat rice very much, to be honest. And a lot of it was because I didn't like the flavor. And, let me show you what, let me finish doing this. And then I'll show you what the final product looks like. And again, this is all, you can also, I'll show you how I do it on like the pressure cooker, but I personally like the slow cooking, and it breaks this up where, you know, I can feed them a hot meal. I don't have to do everything at once. You can set this on days, different days. You can feed this to your children and your dogs and yourself. Y'all ready to see your food? So this is something that I do. But it's going to be hard. Here, let me set this down. That is going to be a disaster. So you'll see how big my kitchen is. Okay, look. Nummy, nummy, nummy. I'm ready. Her ready, yeah. Her ready.